How's it going? I hope you're having a good day. My name is Ramtide, and welcome back to another episode of Pros and Cons. Today, I will be covering the pros and cons of the Martini Henry, which is the level 10 scout class weapon. This weapon may seem like it's a novelty alongside the Kolibri pistol, however, the Martini Henry definitely has more utility. Before we get started, I do want to point out that this is mostly based off my perception of the weapon through using it within the game in combination with stats from the Simthic website. I will also be excluding the Russian 1895 Trench and the M1903 Experimental. Anyway, let's first start off with some general information about the Martini. This weapon has the highest base damage, tied with the M95 Gewehr, the fastest reload time, the highest max damage, and it's tied with the M1903 with the largest sweet spot range. This weapon also has the lowest minimum damage, the lowest rate of fire, the slowest bullet velocity, and the lowest round capacity. Now, when it comes to the pros of this weapon, I found that the base damage, along with its one-hit kill potential, to be the best features that it has. The Martini Henry is tied up with the M95 in terms of base damage at 90. I think the Martini has the same body shot multipliers as the other rifles, but it won't make much of a difference as long as you aren't shooting people in the legs. The one-hit kill potential of this weapon is quite unique when compared to the other rifles within the class. The sweet spot range spans 50 meters, which begins at 30 and ends at 80. The thing with this weapon is that it has a secondary sweet spot as well. As with most other rifles, the damage continues to rise until it peaks out at its sweet spot range. However, with the Martini Henry, it goes beyond that. The damage continues to rise from 30 meters up until 42, where it hits a maximum of 112. The secondary sweet spot range is from 42 meters to 68 meters. What this means is that within the secondary sweet spot, the Martini Henry is not only able to one-shot opponents in the head and the upper body, but it's also capable of killing them with one shot to the lower body and the upper arms. No other scout rifle in the game has the potential to one-shot kill a full health target in the lower body or the upper arms, giving the Martini quite the edge within this range. Now, even with the Martini Henry's superb pros, there are still cons to this weapon, particularly its rate of fire, muzzle velocity, and round capacity. The Martini Henry is only capable of holding one round at a time, and it also has the lowest rate of fire at 25 rounds per minute, and the slowest muzzle velocity at 440 meters per second. This essentially means that the Martini Henry relies heavily on precision. You'll have to reload after each shot, you'll have to lead your targets by more at medium range, and overall, its potential kill rate is lower due to the lower rate of fire. These factors combine to make it difficult to hit targets at range, even while using the sniper variant. It's also a slight conundrum that the Martini relies so much on precision, as the base variant can be difficult to get precise shots with due to its iron sights being fairly large. The sniper variant does allow you to overcome some of this, but it does leave you open to the negatives of having such a sight on this weapon. The real question is whether or not the cons of this weapon outweigh the pros. This weapon is more dependent on playstyle and the map, but for me, I find the Martini to be a bit of a hindrance. Other rifles allow me to get more shots down range due to the higher capacity and faster muzzle velocity, which comes in handy when there's multiple enemies, but they also allow me to be a little less precise because of it. Granted, the Martini Henry has phenomenal one-kill potential, and it works well for more aggressive or medium-range playstyles. Even with the cons, this rifle is genuinely fun to use, along with the sound of it as well, which actually may be its best feature. So essentially what I'm saying is, other than it being fun to use, you can do well with it also. Overall, I have over 1,300 kills with the Martini variants, and I maintain a 1.2 kill per minute ratio, which according to the Battlefield Tracker puts me in the top 0.1%. To put this into some perspective, my highest kill per minute is 1.4 with the Lebel 1886, and a 1.3 for the M95, the SMLE, the Russian 1895, and the M1903. The biggest difference between the weapon stats, for me at least, is the accuracy. My Martini Henry sits at 36%, which is 2 to 5% lower than all of the other rifles that I use. This is probably due to it being a more precise weapon along with the iron sights, which makes it difficult to be precise at times. Anyway, that's what I have for this episode. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on the Martini Henry and whether or not you think DICE should make it a little better, nerf it a little bit, or just leave it alone. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content and future pros and cons videos. If there's a weapon that you would like me to cover, feel free to leave a suggestion down in the comments below. You be sure to have a stupendous day. I'll catch you on the next one. Ramtide out.